Okay, in this video we are going to start working on radial symmetry. These are kind of a mandala type radial symmetry, geometric, optical illusion piece of artwork that we're going to be working on. So you're going to need a few things to do this. One, you're going to need some just regular printer paper. I just had some scrap paper here. It's a little bent, but that'll work. You're going to need a ruler. You're going to need a pencil or a pen and a compass. Okay? So here we go. First thing, we're going to need to take a piece of printer paper or just any drawing paper that you would like to use, and we are going to fold this piece in half. The reason why we're doing this is we're going to get the center point of the paper. Now you can measure the paper length and width and get the center point that way as well. However, in this part, this is just practice. So we're just going to go ahead and fold this two ways so we can get our actual center point to the piece right here, which is where we're going for. Alright. Now at this point the width of the compass is not really all that important. However, what I do is sometimes you've got all these numbers here, 6, 8, 4, 2. I will just kind of put mine in the center point because that's where all the paper has been folded in the middle, and I will put my compass needle on that point, and then I will stretch this out as far as I can go, give myself just a little bit of room on the edge, just a little bit. Now at this point, very, very important, tighten your compass, don't change it. No touchy here, okay? Let this stay the same width through most of the building of the beginning part of the circle. Alright, now start drawing your circle. Go all the way around. You might want to draw a little lighter if you want to erase some, but for this part, I don't worry about it. I just go pretty dark. I'm not too concerned. Just let it go. Alright, so now, don't change the compass. Leave it at that width that you've drawn that circle. Now we've got several points here. We've got 4 that are just from the fold. Okay? Now at this point we are going to put your compass needle wherever this circle crosses over this middle line that's folded. Alright? Wherever that middle line is folded, that's where you're going to put your compass needle. So I start here, and I tend to arc all the way around, but I'm not really going to draw that full thing. All I'm going to do is just draw a little bit here and just kind of move along and just draw a little bit right there. So it is a full arc, but all that you're seeing is just this little tiny bit right there. And all that's going to do is give you a place where a point is. Anytime two lines intersect or meet, that right there is the point. So I've done one here, the top, and I'm going to do one on this side. So I'm going to do top, bottom, right, left. And what that will do is that will give me the rest of my points, so I should have 12 points all the way around. So it's basically we have created a clock face. And if you want to label these, you can. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Sometimes I do this to help other people if they get confused. If they've got their numbers there and I say we need to go to from 11 to 5 because it goes right through the middle point. Now this is radial symmetry, meaning everything should come out from the beginning, from the inside of the circle and work its way out. Alright, so that means this corner of this circle should equal this corner right here. They should all be the same. Now at this point, I think I'm going to change up my compass just a little bit. So I'm going to go down just maybe around the 2. If you want, you could just alter it just however wide you want it. But once you've got that, make sure you don't change this. Alright? So radial, what we do to the top, we got to do to the bottom, we got to do all the points all the way around. Okay? So I'm going to start here on the 12. And I'm just going to create a nice big arcway right there. Now I'm going to the number 1. Arcway. Little arc. Boom. Like kind of a circle there. Not a full circle because it's cut off by the edges. And I'm just going to keep going around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way around. All right, now I've gone all the way around the whole circle. Everything is equal all the way around. This one is like this one is like this one is like this one. Very good, that's what I want. Now, this is where it gets a little bit confusing for some people. At this point, what I want to do is I want to, wherever I have two lines cross over, that's a point. So I like to make a little circle right here, just when I'm practicing to get myself warmed up. This is where I'm going to be putting my compass needle for the next circle. The very next circle is going to go to each one of those little circles right there that I just put in, one of those little points. Now I'm going to change my circle up a little bit. I have that, it's my artwork, I can do that. I'm just going to widen it just a little bit, and I'm going to go to that point. I'll probably start at this one right here, I like this one. And all I'm going to do is start going around the entire piece, but I've got to go to each one of those circles, each one of those little points that I went to. So that was the first one. Now I'm going to move over to this one right here. Right there. And there I go. At this point, it's good to really pay close attention because all these lines can cross over each other and get a little confusing. But that's okay. If you mess up, that's why we have plenty of this practice paper. Alright, we've come all the way around. Sometimes it shifts a little bit, so be very careful with your compass. Just try to keep it tight. If it does move on you, try to go back to your original circle that you made and realign your compass needle and your pencil. Alright, so now I've got kind of the beginning of a basic radial design. I'm going to stop here and keep it kind of simple so that way I can practice and build up with more and more complexity. So at this point, I'm just going to go through and find a few things that I've liked that have intersected and gone over. So I'm going to go with this piece right here, and I'm just going to shade them in just kind of loose, just to give me kind of a feel for what I'm going to be shading in darker later. So this just tells me where all my pieces are going to be, and then I will go in and really do up the detail work afterwards. So right now I've discovered an error. Something is wrong right here. If I've got this here, there should be one over here. So somehow I missed something. This is a good place where I can stop and check. I've got an arc. Got an arc. I've got an, oh, nope, still have an arc. Keep going around. And there it is, right there. That's what I've made a mistake, and that's what I've missed. No big deal. Just go right in and add that circle right there. Bam. Outstanding. And now I can go back and continue. That's a good way to test yourself. If you miss something, go back and figure out, what did I miss? Go back. So if you go too far ahead without shading, for me, I get lost. Alright, so now I've got this, and I think I'm just going to go in and fill in this star looking piece right here. Okay, so at this point you can see that I've gone in and I have shaded in and cleaned up some of this line work just a little bit, fill in some of these shapes so I can see just a little better of what I'm working on. Now this one, it was a little simple, but as you see, anytime a line crosses over itself, that creates a point that you can use over and over again. You can widen your compass, make it more narrow, anything you want. You can even use a point and have it go completely, have your lines go completely off the pages if you want, off the page. And just make sure you're going to every single point all the way around, radial, starting from the inside and working its way out, so it goes all the way around. Alright, I hope this helps you with some practice, and let's get creative.